What's up, my beautiful people? Exile451 here with yet another daily dose of Reddit Happy. Going back into r/deciding to be better today, so let's get to it. Our first post is from user Maya is confused. When you feel like stopping, think about why you started. I've had depression since 2017. It got worse last year when I was bullied a bit and then transferred schools. I was in a new program with new people. One person noticed I had depression, and he paid attention to me. He was honestly the nicest guy I'd met at the time. We talked, feelings got involved, etc., but we knew we weren't ready for a relationship. He had experience, but I didn't, and I wasn't in a good mental state. So we remained friends. Summertime rolled around, and he ghosted me. It hurt a lot, and I cried for many days in a row. I don't think he knew how much he hurt me. I had therapy, but it didn't help much. I tried all the exercises and tips, but they didn't work. When we went back to school, I was cautious, the most insecure I've ever been. He gave me attention and things seemed to get better. However, he friend-zoned me and then ghosted me shortly after sometime in October 2019. I was a mess, insecure and upset. I didn't like my body or my looks before, but I literally despised myself. I was just an empty shell for a while, going through the motions of life. Then my therapist got a new job and left me. About a week and a half ago, I broke down to a close friend via voice call. He listened and gave me advice. I was sad about the guy who ghosted me once again, wishing we could at least be friends. After all, that guy understood me so well. But I didn't realize that I had a close friend all along that supported me so much. Sure, we always joked, but he actually showed that he cared about me. I was vulnerable, but he was caring. He even sent me a paragraph afterwards, and it was very sweet. Since then, I realized that I really need to pick myself up again. I wanted to be better. I had a friend who genuinely cared and stuck by me despite everyone else leaving and betraying me. I had myself, and I needed to work on becoming the best version of myself. So I did. I gained confidence slowly, and when school ended for spring break, I knew I had to work even harder. Now that I have even more free time since school's canceled, I've been working out daily from home and trying to eat cleaner. I'm not always motivated, but week 1 is almost complete and I can't stop now. The title of this post is a quote I found online, and it really reminds me to not give up. I don't want to be back at square one. I really need to grow and improve this time, instead of having temporary happiness and falling apart over and over. That's why I've decided to be better, to work on gaining confidence, loving myself, and becoming a stronger, healthier, and happier version of myself. Edit. Thanks for all the support. I hope everyone else who's going through something similar is inspired to improve and better themselves. We're all unique and should love our own unique features. Well, OP, I'm sorry that you've gone through all that. Depression sucks to begin with, and then to just compound it on top with all these other things is kind of tough, and so you've at least been able to bounce back from that, thankfully. I know I'm making a bit of an assumption here, but based on your writing style and some of the things that you say in here, I'm assuming you're a young student, probably high school, and so under that premise, I'm just going to say you've got your whole life ahead of you. You've got your whole life to change your looks, to change who you are, to be the person that you want to be. Not that you shouldn't love who you are now, but it's always a never-ending trail of improvement. That's really what life is an endless quest to try and better oneself. So you don't need to worry about these sort of things that drag you down right now. There are plenty of people out there that will understand you, and that won't ghost you when it's convenient for them. However, the title of your post is really what caught my attention here. And there's a meme that goes around, like the self-improvement and this sub and a few other ones, regarding basically the same thing. I know I'm going to butcher this, but it's something along the lines of be where you are right now and get better, rather than be at square one and want to be where you are right now. Something like that. Like I said, I know I've butchered it, and if anyone has the exact quote I'm thinking of, go ahead and put it in the comments and I'll pin it. But it's true. If you think about why you started and where you've come from, you really can notice the marked improvement that you've had in your life and how far you have come. And your post is just another reminder of that, of how important it is to keep that perspective. So OP, thank you so much for sharing the post and for being an example of why it's important to always be working to be better. Wherever you're at right now, I really do wish you the best. Our next post is from a deleted user. But first, if you're enjoying the video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you can get more of your daily dose of Reddit happy. Also, please share this because especially right now, I think a lot of people could use their daily dose of happy as well. You're not supposed to be hurt, humiliated, and abused by the people you love. Here's a heart-to-heart message on how to fight back and regain your freedom, even if you feel like there's no escape to your situation. You, right now, have toxic people in your life. Maybe it's your parents, just as in my case. An ex-girlfriend, a current girlfriend, a best friend, a crappy boss, I don't know. But there is someone in your life that makes you sad and makes you hurt. Someone who doesn't understand what boundaries are, and for which your no is just a suggestion they usually don't take into account. And you don't know how to deal with them. You know your life is better off without them. You're happier and more full of joy and generally more confident when they're not around. However, you're sad and anxious and feeling almost sick when they are. But like a piece of furniture that has been in your house for too long, you don't want to let it go. They've been a part of your life for so long that it hurts to make a clean cut so you can be who you want to be. You don't have a choice though. I mean, you do have a choice to accept the pain of letting those toxic people stay in your life or the pain of separating and growing healthy again. Can I share a short story with you? While I grew up, my parents hit me, especially my father. My mother didn't hit me as much as she blamed me for all of her pain and made sure to remind me every single day how worthless I am. This went on for a long time. After a broken nose and a broken jaw and enough self-esteem issues to last me a lifetime and make several therapists rich, I said enough is enough. So, when I was 13, I started looking for a job. At 14, I was employed. Illegally, but employed. At 18, I had enough money to move out on my own. I knew from the beginning they're toxic people, yet I kept them on. I sent them money, I tried to have a relationship with them, but I couldn't because toxic people can't really help themselves. Recently, I flew from Singapore to see them and try one last time, and I couldn't do it. I just can't be in the same room with them. But a part of me felt obligated to try. I even gave them money. I flew 18 hours to see the parents that kicked me and broke my nose as a child and told me about 2.5 times a day how I'll never amount to anything and how I'm the worst disappointment ever. So I know how hard it is to let go. And I understand that if you're in a toxic relationship, maybe with the wrong woman or man, you want to let go. But you can't. You're scared, you feel dependent on that struggle. I really get it. But you need to also understand, please, that while you can find tons of excuses for people to act the way they do, this doesn't change the consequences of their actions on you. If you're in a bad relationship and you're constantly hurt and cheated on and insulted, then it doesn't matter if that person has some positive traits. You're still a victim, and he or she is still the aggressor. So it is with parents and friends. If you're a victim in a relationship, no matter how long those people have been in your life, no matter what they once did, stop being so. Because not once in the history of aggression has someone decided to stop and do the right thing. You'll never see a bad person stop and say, maybe what I'm doing is wrong. Maybe this person doesn't deserve this. I should change, and I'm feeding myself a lot of lies. Even the biggest criminals, even the biggest killers, felt justified in their actions to hurt those around them. Hitler felt he was doing the right thing. Yeah, he killed millions of Jews in the name of his pure race, but he felt he was doing the right thing. And so do the toxic people in your life. They don't see themselves as toxic. They don't see how they're slowly killing you inside and draining your self-esteem, or how they make you hate yourself. As far as they're concerned, they're good people. Even the guy that beats his wife and cheats on her and is living on her money sees himself as a good person, but they're not. They're delusional, and you can't expect them to see that. You can only see the truth and take action. Because whoever you are, man or woman, young or old, white or Asian, or black or Eskimo, you deserve to be happy. You deserve to be loved. You deserve to be appreciated. You deserve to be cherished. And the people who are doing the opposite, who are making you feel like you're not worthy of love, you're not worthy of appreciation, you're not worthy of being seen as something precious, well, they can take their mutated, delusional worldviews and go themselves, okay? Because you matter. Because your company is a privilege paid with love, care, and attention, and not a handout. You're the equivalent of freaking first-class travel, where people must actually earn a place in your life by being kind people, with good character and a loving personality. Not the equivalent of free public buses where it stinks of urine. But if you want to stop being a victim to someone in your life, you have to take the decision to escape. If someone kidnaps you, it's on you to find a way to escape. It's not on them. And if someone is toxic in your life, it's on you to escape that person and build walls and put distance. Not on them, because they'll never do it. But you still have a chance to be happy. It just takes a hard decision. Can you try? Oh boy, does this one hit close to home. Oh, yeah, toxic people can really do a lot of long-lasting damage. And it's true, if you are in one of those relationships, it's really hard to see at the time what it is you're going through. I try not to talk about this too much because, I'm married now and this was years ago and I don't want to dwell on it, but I've mentioned in the past about my abusive psychotic ex. And that's why this hits close to home. Because, gosh, this is embarrassing to admit. I couldn't see it at the time. I knew I felt worse, and yet I kept masking it up with everything that they used to be, with how amazing she'd been in the past, and how wonderful she had made me feel before all that started. And then even after she left and pulled all these obscene, seriously messed up stunts in the process, I still cared about her. And I did for a long time. But once we had that distance, once I finally told her, I need space to heal, you need to leave me alone, and blocked her basically everywhere, I finally started to see how toxic she actually was and how I was actually feeling happy again for the first time in a good while. I was taking care of myself, I was working out, I wasn't constantly denigrating myself, and the instant she tried to worm her way back into my life, it kind of all started to unravel. I'll tell you, the best thing I ever did was just tell her to go pound sand. Basically, give her the boot, kick her right out of my life, because that put me in a position to really heal and be in a healthy relationship. And about 5 or 6 months after our last text message, I met the woman who I'm now married to, and it's been bliss ever since. You can't stay in a toxic relationship and expect good things to happen. They won't. No matter how hard you try, they will not. And if you're lying to yourself, if you're saying maybe they'll change, or maybe this is just a thing they're going through, or oh, this is just their depression or their anxiety talking, which albeit might happen from time to time, but if it is a daily occurrence, then that's most likely not the case and they're using that as an excuse. You gotta get out. Yeah, it sucks. It's difficult. It is gut-wrenchingly painful to abandon that kind of a relationship, but it's like ripping off a band-aid. You want to just get the pain over with, do it all in one clean go, and then make sure that you can heal. There is nothing beneficial to staying in a toxic relationship. The longer you do, the more you enable them. So if anyone listening to this, if anyone watching this is stuck in that situation, I urge you and plead with you, please get out. Take steps to get out. They're not going to change without consequence. Just like OP's outlined here, no one who's ever in the middle of the wrong thing has ever stopped to ask themselves if what they're doing is right. So please, for your own well-being, get out. OP, I'm sorry that you went through all that, and I'm really appreciative that you put this post up, because it's a very poignant and meaningful message, especially right now where people are just kind of stuck and quarantined with people that may not be making their lives better. It's a good time to self-reflect on whether or not a relationship that someone may be in is actually benefiting them in a positive way. So again, thank you so much for sharing this, and wherever you're at, I really do wish you the best. That was r/deciding to be better, and if you want more posts and stories about people doing things to better their lives, then go ahead and check out the playlist link in the description below. Now you guys go out there, have a great day, be safe, stay healthy, don't forget to wash your hands. I will see you all tomorrow. Until then, I'm Exile451. Stay beautiful, people.